Greetings, Earthling. How you doing? So, there's a little bit of a story time. Relax. It's gonna be like a podcast thingyana, so it's over 5 minutes. So relax. But I feel the need to do this just so that I can put a lot of people's hearts at ease, and also, man, to clear the confusion, and also to feed your curiosity for those who've been having tea over me. Just to let you know that there's new things to have tea over me with. No, I don't mind my haters. Those who love Shamrivle ke ba rata kudu because they fuel me. The haters fuel me. Ba le ba ra mara pebetsilena na nagana eng mara. Ha mara pebetsilena ke setlela ha mara tsa ditchere. Na re tlo fitla kae. Yeah. It's okay. Go fitla gona ke tlo fitla. Gore go fitla jang nana ya business because I serve a God who will never let you down. Even in the valleys, he's still my God. And even in the mountains, he's still my God. Yes, my darling. King cow. Ki busy, my baby. Ki fetch story time. I'm coming. Hold on. Don't step on those. They'll break. Rather get a chair. So I got a phone call from my on-screen husband, right? The only on-screen husband I've had in all the TV roles that I've played. Now it's about 4 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Skeem, Saam. 4 so far. Yeah. And in all those on-screen roles, I only had one on-screen husband. And we are friends. We've been friends way before working together. We grew up in the same town, same high school, primary school. Now, he calls me and says, hey, show him Fanaka. Who said that? Now he says, oh, I was Buja or dilo de right, I was Buja or I was things are working out. And I'm like, but you're the only person I've been, informing. When I've been letting you guys know, guys, I got this and this opportunity. Guys, in Rapidishengi, I'm going for this audition. You know what I mean? I'm going for this meeting. Maybe I did not inform the other friend that he was talking to me about or with, because we have a mutual friend. We call her Tall. She knows who she is. So urna bolela le Tall, and they were like, ha, no la asala. Yeah, but I've been telling you because you called to check up on me. So because you called to check up on me, of course I'm going to tell you. And you and your wife have always had my best interest at heart, and my kids as well. You've always been offering help, telling me, or if you need anything, let us know. Now, some of you would know that late April, my children and I ended up in a shelter. We did not have a home to stay in. No, I did not want my children and I to go live with friends, because people get tired and you overstay your welcome and friendships might be ruined. It has happened before and I didn't want to do it again. And then also, I think I could and I could not go home, mainly because my oldest daughter is in her last school of primary, and I don't want to destabilize her when she's preparing to go to high school. She's gone through enough as it is as the oldest, because she's gone through a lot with me. So the last thing I wanted was to uproot her whole life from her friends here in Johannesburg. But also guys, depression and no tlo mpolaya ne ke tlo feletsa ke committee suicide sisi gae. People think that home is always your comfort zone, your safe refuge. It's not the case with everybody else. Okay? Right. I'm having my usual, it's the morning. Lemon and chia seeds. So, I made it with warm water today. It's nice. So now I'm announcing I'm in a shelter with my kids. And the shelter was actually better than what we expected a shelter to be. I thought we'd be living in a hall, sleeping on bunkers, and the next family. Each bunker is owned by a specific family. No, it was a women and children safety home, where only women live there and their children. Most of them are either running away from their abusers or perpetrators. So now I just so happen to have known the manager of the shelter from 3 years back. She used to come into our house almost every weekend to help me with the domestic violence I was dealing with my ex-partner slash husband. You following me? Follow. So when I approached them for a place to stay, although we were not running away from a perpetrator, we just did not have a home because I could not afford a home anymore. They took me in. And the good thing about a shelter is that as much as it's an uncomfortable place, you're sharing a bathroom, you're sharing a kitchen, you're sharing food, you're sharing everything. And so there's a timetable in there. But I loved the fact that they focus on the well-being of the children. They get therapy for the kids. They transport the kids to school. You know, the kids are always eating. They have lunch boxes. When as a mother is to pick yourself up and go find a job and rebuild your life again. So they're offering you that chance. And they offered me that chance. And not only did they offer me a chance to pick myself up, I found my confidence again. I found my tenacity again to go knock on doors and ask for jobs. Because when I came out with the story that I'm homeless and living in a shelter, I did not ask for donations. I made that very clear. And I'm not ashamed that I came out with that story, because if anything, me coming out has highlighted it's not just the old legends who are not getting jobs anymore that are struggling. Industry it's cutthroat. I want the benefits. I want the unemployment funds. I want the pension funds. My sister, Spanish fedile, in the dog. So you must always have something to fall back on. And it has opened my eyes up so much that, hey, what's coming? I want that degree and diploma of mine that has been collecting dust. I've been cooking. And I can't wait. Actually, I can't wait, because we no longer want to make uncalculated risks, okay? I can't wait. So then the next move for me was that I went and knocked on doors. I got a promotion at the radio station I'm working for. I'm now working on a weekly basis and not just weekends. I got a presenting gig of a show that will be coming to your screen soon. I'm not going to announce, you'll just see it. And I got back into acting. I got a few acting gigs. I didn't even think I'm good enough for acting anymore because, my body has changed. I don't look like the Mohadi that you guys used to know. I'm a mother of 2 now. I've got a woman's body, a woman. And so, yeah, I've got a few, I bagged a few acting gigs there. I'm also not going to mention which particular shows. You'll just be surprised when you see them. But my point is, I am collecting those, that income from different streams of incomes. Like I'm collecting the money, putting it safe. Where we live right now, my kids and I, we are no longer in a shelter. We got out in June. And we live in a small place, but it fits just the 3 of us. It's a 1-bedroom. And yes, we share 1 bedroom. But the point is, when I move from here, I'll be getting my kids a home, because I never want to see them struggle the way they struggled with me this year. From one place to the next, living at one friend's house, the another, and another, until a shelter was the only solution. And so, as much as 2025 has been one hellhole for me since I was kicked out of my apartment on the 4th of January 2025, in June things started subsiding, the dust settled. I found my focus. I'm working. My kids are both in school. And I can see what I'm learning to finance and manage my life without exhausting my mother or without asking for here and there. And I'm doing it all on my own without a man's help. So ladies, please, if you're that lady who's doing things independently without a man's help, or you got to that position by working hard and you didn't have to sleep with anybody to get to that top of the ladder, mention it so we can clear the stigma that women can't do it on their own. I'm doing it on my own with 2 kids, with God's help and grace every day. And so I have nothing to be ashamed of. As a matter of fact, I'm proud of myself. And thank you for the haters who laughed and had tea over me. You fueled me. You fueled me to keep pushing and prove you all wrong. So continue to have tea over me, but make sure you mention what God did for me after that. Because, honey, He's a redeeming God. Kisabuya, guys. Kisatlo wuwa. The comeback queen is back again.